Get the meeting started. Charlie Ballmeister,
Here.
Danny Bolin,
Here.
David Aitchen,
Present.
Lynn Fulkerson,
Present.
Paul Malone.
Here.
I am here, and Erla Williams.
Here.
Okay, let's go ahead and get started. The first thing on the agenda is the minutes from December 10th and December 17th, 2020. Those were emailed out to everyone on Monday, maybe, I think.
Monday or Tuesday, I got them out
Yeah.
to you.
So does anyone have any changes or corrections? If not, the meetings will be adopted as they were presented. Okay. Let's go on to additional appropriations. The first one we have is in the County General Fund, the Perry County Auditor Sheriff Deputy, $3,426.38. And Pam, that is just the,
This is, okay, if you want me to give an explanation.
yeah, if you don't mind.
As you know, last year I approached you guys for Mindy and I approached you guys to share a position, half and half, where we've been doing half days, half mornings, half afternoons. I have noticed in the last year though, and I've given it a year, guys, and it has been a struggle in my office from where I went part or full-time down to this type of position. The work that's flowing through mine, I put on extra work with my other girls, and it's getting harder to get things done. So rather than to try and come and ask for full-time at this point, I've worked it out with Mindy that we're still doing the shared position, but we've agreed at this point, and we'll work it out if we have to do different weeks, but I'm going to get her 8 months and she's going to get her for 4 months. And we're actually going to do it like months, like keeping her weeks at a time in one place instead of half days, because about the time she gets started on a job in either office, then she's leaving to go to the next office. And we've each got jobs that's continuous instead of trying to split this half and half the way we were. So now we'd like to give this a try to see how this works. And I'm hoping this works out a lot better. Otherwise, at budget time, if I feel like I'm still falling behind, I may be coming back and asking to bring this position back full time in my office. But right now, we'd like to give this a try. And if you see what it's only doing is I'm asking the additional to put it in my budget, but because we're going to, when Luke gets down to the bottom, we're reducing it out of Mindy's. So it's not like I'm asking for extra money. We're just wanting to move the appropriation around from one department to the other department.
Okay. I would entertain a motion.
I'll make you allow it.
So I've got a motion by Paul to allow the additional for the Sheriff Deputy. Do I have a second?
I'll second.
Second by Charlie. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All those opposed? Motion carries 7-0.
Thank you.
Rod, should I be doing a roll call vote or?
Yeah, I mean, if you want, yeah, I mean, you want to be.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
I'll do that next. Okay. Next on the agenda is under the general fund in the Perry County Treasurer's budget, $1,500 for clerical work. And this is to pay for the work that was done in December, and then the no more than 81 hours worth of work in 2021, which we approved at our prior meeting.
Yes, and that position is clerical. Sorry, that got missed off of there.
Yeah, I knew what you meant.
Yeah, it's clerical position.
And I told Amanda, since I'm her liaison, I'd speak on behalf of that, so she didn't have to come. But that is all it's for. We approved this at the last meeting, but this is actually doing the additional appropriation that is required. So at this time,
We've already acted on this, didn't we?
we told her she could hire, but we didn't actually appropriate the money. So we said she could do it, but this is actually the money portion.
And this 1,500 is for the total of what is due her from last year, which is around 400.
Something of that nature.
$400 and $500. Yes, that's actually what the amounts due from last year.
And it's no more than 81 hours in 2021.
Well, we've got to pay Judy for what she did last year. As simple as
For
that.
sure.
Right.
Yes.
So at this
It's
time,
my
I would entertain a
understanding-
motion.
So Judy still hasn't been out there, so we're still behind, right?
I do not know. I haven't talked to Amanda in a couple days.
Is that right, Pam?
The last that I have talked to her, she is in the middle of she is working on December right now. She has told me that she hopes to have December done by this weekend because I need us balanced, so I make sure that the reports that I'm running and the amounts that I need so I can do my annual report. So, I mean, she says she can get that done yet this week, and then she'll be going into January. So she's getting there.
Has Judy been coming in?
Not that I'm aware of, because there's been, with the quarantine and the COVID cases, what few we've had, I think she's just been a little leery.
Yeah.
So I personally have not seen her come in yet. I do know Amanda has talked to her on the phone a few times, but physically, I don't think she's been in the office yet.
Okay.
So this time I'd entertain a motion.
I'll make that motion.
I'll make the motion.
I'll second it.
Okay, I've got David. David make
The motion's here.
David made the motion to approve the additional for 1,500, seconded by Danny. Early, you can get the next one. So I'll take a roll call vote.
Thank you.
Charlie.
Thank you.
Abstain.
Charlie's abstaining. Danny.
Yes.
David.
Aye.
Lynn.
Yes.
Paul.
We can't break this down until so much for Judy last year and the rest of it for Judy this year. We got to do it all at one time.
Well,
It's all in one line item, Paul.
Okay, well, I'm gonna go along with it, but the main thing is so we have to pay Judy for what she owed last year. Simple as that.
Right.
But
Okay.
I'm not happy with it. Put it like that.
So I will vote aye, and Erla.
Aye.
All right. All those. Oh wait, we already did that. So motion passes 7-0.
No, 6-0.
6-0 with an exemption. Sorry.
Yep.
Sorry, Charlie.
That's all
All
right.
right, Charlie.
All right. Our next additional is in the plat book fund for the Perry County Auditor, $622 for furniture and equipment.
And that is my 20% portion for the grant that I received from IPEP to get ergonomic desk and ergonomic chairs, which we have and we are using and gratefully like them. And actually, I received my grant check from IPEP today, which was $2,436. So, and this is my portion. I have to pay my 20%, but the girls absolutely love the desk, because I'll be in my office and all of a sudden I'll see desks going up in the air and the girls are standing there and working, and they really like it because this way they don't have to sit all the time. If they get tired of sitting, they can stand and work, and they're greatly liking them. So.
I'm glad you found a grant for that.
Oh, me too. I tell you
Appreciate that a
what.
lot. All right,
Yep.
I would entertain a motion at this time. Erla, you want to make a motion?
Sure, I'll make a motion.
Do I have a second?
I'll
I'll
second.
Oh,
second.
Charlie got
Give
to
it
it
to
first. Lynn, okay. So I've got a motion by Erla and a second by Lynn to approve the additional for $622. I'll take
Thank
a roll call. Charlie,
Aye.
Danny,
Aye.
David,
Aye.
Lynn,
Aye.
Paul.
Aye.
I will vote aye, and Erla.
Aye.
All right, motion carries 7-0. Next additional appropriation we have is in the supplemental adult probation fund for the Perry County Circuit Court, $20,000 for chemical test supplies. And Pam, I had written down in the budget next to this additional appropriation in 2021. I put a star next to it, and I don't remember why we did that.
We discussed that during budget hearings.
Yes,
Yes.
because Kim came over and is like, why did they take that out of my budget? She was all nervous and upset. And I said, well, and what she's appropriating, they bring the fees in to definitely pay for this, because they will not appropriate any more than what the fees they bring in for this. So, and she's already checked on all that, and that's why she's asking for just this amount.
Okay. I will entertain a motion at this time.
So made.
I got a motion made by David. Do I have a
I'll
second?
vote.
So seconded.
Oh, man.
We're gonna start raising hands. We'll give it to Danny.
Yeah.
All right, so I'm gonna take a roll call. Charlie,
Aye.
Danny,
Aye.
David,
Aye.
Lynn,
Aye.
Paul.
Aye.
I will vote aye as well, and Erla.
Aye.
Motion carries 7-0 to appropriate the $20,000 for chemical tests.
Okay, so
supplies.
David had the first. Who got the second?
It was Danny, I think.
I did. Yeah.
Okay.
All right, next we have a reduction of appropriation in the county general fund and the Perry County assessor budget for $3,426.38, which we just discussed when Pam talked. So I would entertain a motion at this time.
Motion.
Charlie made a motion to reduce the appropriation. Do I have a second?
I second that.
I'll second.
David seconded that motion, so I will take a roll call vote. Or is there any discussion? I guess I should ask. If not, I'll take a roll call. Charlie,
Aye.
Danny,
Aye.
David,
Aye.
Lynn,
Aye.
Paul.
Aye.
I will vote aye as well, and Erla.
Aye.
Motion carries 7-0.
Never had so many votes.
All right, next we have the public library appointment. We received, this is due to the resignation a couple months ago. We received 3 letters of interest from Jim Atkins, Patricia Hoskins, and Vicky Profladish.
I'm amazed that we got 3 applicants for this.
I'm glad we
Luke,
did.
I've got a question for you.
Sure.
This library board oversees the library in Cannleton also, correct? Is there
Yes.
anyone on the board from Cannleton that
Now,
we know of?
Kelton, this is our public library. I don't think this involves with Kelton, does it? Because doesn't
Yeah.
Kelton have their own library?
Yes.
No, they are associated with our library now.
It's a Perry County Public Library with branches in
Right.
Tell City and Cannleton.
Okay.
I know that Patty Hoskins lives in Cannleton
That's my point, because if there's no one from Cannleton, I think they should have some representation. And I'll make a motion.
Well, hey, let's do nominations first, since we have 3 letters of interest. So anyone who wants to nominate can nominate someone.
Okay, I will nominate Patricia Hoskins.
Okay. Any other nominations? I will nominate Jim Atkins. Any others? Okay, I will close nominations. Okay, so we will take a vote in the order they were nominated. So let's first vote on Patricia Hoskins. I'll take a roll call. Charlie.
Aye.
Sorry, I lost my list. Danny,
Aye.
David,
Aye.
Lynn,
Aye.
Paul.
Aye.
I will vote aye as well. And Erla.
Aye.
7-0, Patricia Hoskins is our appointment to the Perry County Public Library Board.
Charlie, I think you made a good comment. We do need someone from Cannleton on that board.
Well, Lynn, I know there's some issues right now between Cannleton and them about
Yeah,
the building,
there
and I think they need some representation.
Yeah.
I didn't realize they was all together now.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
I'd just like to thank Jim Atkins and Vicky Profladish for sending in
Sure.
letters as well.
Yeah.
Thank you very much. All right, our next item on the agenda is the Plan Commission appointment council member, which we left out of our organizational meeting on accident. Last year, it was Erla. And I talked to Erla about this, and she was okay with or without it, I guess, right?
Right.
So I told her I would be interested in serving on this commission. So
Well, okay,
Anyone
then
wants
I
to-
nominate Luke to the Plan Commission Board.
any other nominations? Okay, if not, we'll close nominations and we will, someone want to make a formal motion on that nomination?
Oh,
I
I
guess,
nominate Erla.
I thought I just did. Okay.
wait, Lynn, did you say you nominated Erla?
Yeah.
Okay, so we've
Is that
got,
what you said? She wanted to be nominated, right? To still want it on there?
It didn't matter. She's okay either way, I think. Right, Erla?
No, that's fine if Luke takes it. It's not
Okay,
difficult, but
So he can handle it, right, Erla?
he can handle it. Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, well
I'll
then,
nominate Luke then.
okay, I got double nominated. Awesome.
She
Okay.
seconded.
Okay, well, we'll do the roll call vote. We'll vote because yeah. Okay. Charlie,
Aye.
Danny,
Aye.
David,
Aye.
Lynn,
Who am I? Not am I voting for?
me, Luke.
Aye.
I will vote aye as well, and Erla.
Aye.
Okay,
You
so
vote
I am
for
now
And,
what
on
about
Plan
Paul?
Commission.
and I'll
Oh.
vote aye as well.
Paul,
I'll vote aye as well.
thank you.
You're welcome.
All right, 7-0. And yes, I voted for myself.
That's okay.
All right, next on the agenda is discussion on the resolution of the Perry County Council establishing policies and procedures to protect decorum and foster the effective administration of public meetings. So I sent those out to you not long after our first meeting, or whatever, our organizational meeting. Association of Indiana Counties had a little webinar about this topic and how they kind of recommended that, especially because we're meeting virtually, that entities adopt written standard procedures so everyone is aware of responsibilities and how to participate in meetings. So they provided Delaware County's example of their resolution, and I kind of took off of that one and put a couple different things in it. So does anyone have any discussions? Do you want me to read the resolution, or?
I think it should be a little longer.
Well, I've got it down to 2 pages. It's 2 pages.
I was going to ask you, Luke, is this pretty well the standard form that most counties adopted and use a variation of? They kind of tweak it to their own needs, but this pretty well standard across the state.
As far as the Association of Indiana Counties, basically, yeah, you either adopt Robert's Rules of Order or Jefferson's Manual, which is very complex. But normally for the standard procedures, it's Robert's Rules of Order, and then we just kind of, for the decorum part of the meeting, they just kind of just standard, you know, that the public has certain rights and we can operate as needed. But this is basically Delaware County's, just
Okay.
edited a little bit. And I think I provided that Delaware County example. I'm not sure, but it was provided in the Association of Indiana Counties webinar. And this
Luke,
is
I've
just
got
a
a
draft.
question
We don't have
for
to adopt
Rod.
this tonight. Yeah.
Rod, several years ago, this was brought up, I think, at the commissioners meeting. And an attorney at that time advised them not to use this. Because apparently, if you adopt this, we've got to make sure that we follow the intent of these rules. And if something is left out in a meeting, it can make that meeting void. Is that true?
I don't know about making the meeting void, but I suppose somebody could have some issue with it. I mean, there's a lot to digest here. I guess like anything, once you become familiar with it, there's a lot of points here to follow. To the extent, you know, you certainly want these meetings to go in an orderly fashion, which I think they already have, but obviously Delaware County considers it something that was a good idea. It's certainly up for discussion.
Right. Yeah.
I have no problem with it. I just want to know the legal aspect, if there's anything that,
I don't think if you don't follow the exact letter of this thing that it's going to invalidate anything, no.
And that's why I specifically made sure to say the general rules of Robert's Rules. I mean, it's not, you know, every single detail. It's just like the
Right.
making motions and just some more general. And a lot of like the city of Tell City, for example, like they adopt an agenda and they have public comment periods, and like that's Robert's Rules of Order basically.
okay.
But I think we should have written standards anyway, just so we don't go off of, well, this is how we always done it. Well,
Right.
that's not always the right way to do things.
And I agree with you, Luke.
So I will read, because I have a newer version that's only 2 pages. and I deleted a lot of stuff. So I'm gonna go ahead and read this just for our first, just for first reading. All right. So this is the resolution of the Perry County Council establishing policies and procedures to protect decorum and foster the effective administration of public meetings. Whereas the Perry County Council serves as the fiscal body of Perry County, Indiana, and whereas Indiana Code 36-2-4-10 empowers the council to adopt rules for the transaction of business at its regularly scheduled, and if necessary, special meetings, all of which are open to the public. And whereas the council believes it is in the best interest of the county, as well as those individuals who choose to attend public meetings of the council, to adopt standard policies and procedures for the administration of public meetings in accordance to the general rules of parliamentary procedure as set forth in Robert's Rules of Order, newly revised. And whereas in order to protect general meeting decorum and foster more effective administration of public meetings, the council now desires to adopt standard policies and procedures applicable to public meetings according to the general parameters stated herein. Now therefore be it resolved by the fiscal body of Perry County, Indiana as follows. The Perry County Council hereby adopts the following rules which shall apply to all individuals attending public meetings of the council. Although members of the general public have no right to speak during a public meeting, the council intends to provide for a public comment period during which time individuals may be given an opportunity to address the council. Prior to any public comment period at an in-person meeting, individuals wishing to speak will be required to sign a speaker registration sheet and provide the speaker's name, address, and issue or topic they wish to address. Individuals will be called to speak in the order of which they have signed the speaker registration sheet. Prior to any public comment period at a virtual meeting and up until 12 p.m. on the day of the meeting, individuals wishing to speak may email or call the county auditor or the county administrator to sign up to speak at the meeting. Included in the email or phone call should be the individual's name, address, and issue or topic they wish to address. Individuals will be called to speak in the order of which they contacted the county. For a virtual meeting, individuals who contacted the county to speak during the public comment period will receive a specific invite to the meeting and will be asked to verify their identity prior to admittance to the meeting. This invite is not to be shared with the general public. Members of the general public who do not wish to speak during the public meeting or public comment period may view the meeting on the county's YouTube channel, located at, and then I put the URL. Individuals who wish to speak and have signed the speaker registration sheet or have emailed or called the county auditor or county administrator may waive their opportunity to speak once called upon. However, an individual who waives their opportunity to speak will not be permitted to speak at a later time. Once called upon, all speakers shall state their first name, their city, town of residence, and the issue upon which they wish to speak. During an in-person meeting, speakers should speak from the podium and should speak loudly and clearly into the microphone provided. Each speaker may only speak once and will be given a maximum of 4 minutes to speak unless a shorter or longer period of time is set forth by the council president. On the absence of the president pro tempore, at the start of the public comment period. Time may not be reserved or yielded to other speakers, and once an individual is finished speaking, that individual's remaining time, if any, is waived. Any speaker who is discourteous, argumentative, or accusatory, or insulting will be deemed out of order and asked to stop. If any of that speaker's time remains, such time will be forfeited, and the speaker will not be granted an opportunity to make any further comment or presentation. The council is authorized and has sole discretion to request any person deemed out of order to leave the meeting, and once requested to leave, the person must immediately leave the meeting room. If the meeting is virtual, they must immediately leave the meeting. All members of the general public attending a public meeting will be expected to adhere to these rules, and any person failing to do so will be deemed out of order. During its public meetings, the council will take all measures necessary under the circumstances to maintain order. In exercising this discretion, the council will be guided by a judicious appraisal of the circumstances, including the conduct and decorum of members of the general public in attendance. Upon the adoption of this resolution, a copy of the rules stated herein shall be posted outside the commissioner's room and made available to the general public through the internet website for Perry County, Indiana. This resolution shall expire December 31st, 2021. That's it. And I put that expiration date so every year, if we choose to follow this again, you can just do it every year at the beginning
Did
of
you
the
say
year.
it expires 2021?
Yeah, December 31st. So at the end of the year, it expires, and then we feel like that's still necessary. You can keep, passing it the year after and adjust it as needed. But that's that draft. I will send that to everyone. And if anyone has any ideas on how to shorten it any longer or any more, we can do that. And then I'll have Rod take a look at it again, and then we can formally adopt or not adopt it at the next meeting. Because I don't want to just shove this down everyone's throat. But I think it's a good idea. And the Association of Indiana Counties also recommends it.
I didn't really see
I agree,
any
it's a good
problem.
idea. You need any type of formal motion this evening, Luke, to proceed with this, or what's our next step here, Rod?
This is just the first reading. We don't need anything formal, but at the next meeting we will, yeah.
Yes,
So,
Okay.
and if anyone has any suggestions or additions or anything, just send me an email and we can get it in there. But I'd like to act on this at the next meeting. So that is that. We don't have miscellaneous on here, but I have a couple things. Does anyone have anything?
I will,
That's,
but
Pam, you want to go ahead first?
yeah, a couple things. What I mentioned earlier about the signing, I don't know if we really need to put that into resolution.
We can make a motion right now if you.
That's what I was wondering, can we just
Yeah.
do that, especially for virtual meetings about the signing?
Yeah. So I will make a motion to allow Pam to digitally sign all documents of the council that were passed at virtual meetings.
I'll second that.
Any discussion? Anyone need any clarification or anything? Okay, so I will take a roll call vote. Charlie,
Aye.
Danny,
Aye.
David,
Aye.
Lynn,
Aye.
Paul.
Aye.
I will vote aye as well, and Erla.
Aye.
Awesome. Okay, that passes 7-0.
Okay, the other thing is you did receive your commissary, which I don't think you have to make any motion or anything on it. Okay, something that is, they do twice a year, so that way you guys have seen that for what they brought in and what they spend out. The other thing that I did email you today, there was an appointment, and whether you want to wait for the next meeting, but
Yeah.
his appointment does expire January 31st with the Tell City EDC that Jeff Rogers holds. And I sent you the letter from Chris Kale, the mayor, that they recommend to reappoint Jeff Rogers to the position again. So I didn't know if you wanted to take action on this tonight, since that appointment will end on January 31st or not.
Did
You said you
everyone?
sent that to us? I didn't receive it.
It
Emailed it to you earlier. I don't know if you all didn't get it.
was with the
I
financial
received it.
statement. It was a second. It was on the same chain as the emails as the.
Oh, okay. Maybe I
If
missed
not,
it.
if everyone has an, I mean, all it's asking is it's a recommendation from Mayor Kale reappointing Jeff. But if everyone wants to take a look at it first, we can wait to approve that. Or if everyone's comfortable, we could do it tonight.
He's been on it for a while, hasn't he?
Well, he came on
2018 maybe.
2018, he took Bill Borders' place. And then this reappointment will be a 4-year term, so it will expire in 2025. Tell City's recommending him, or they would like a recommendation to reappoint because of his professional experience in local industry and his community involvement make him a valuable asset to the commission, is what they put in the letter.
I see no reason why we don't just go ahead.
Yeah,
and
I mean, it's recommended
Well, I'm
by the
assuming that
city,
they
so.
advertised this position, didn't they?
Could not tell you.
Yeah, don't know.
I don't know. That was their, I don't know.
I mean, it's been recommended. I mean, the mayor's recommending it. We can go. I mean, we can deny that if we wanted to or table it. But if anyone wants to make a motion, I would certainly entertain one.
I'll make a motion.
Yeah, I make a motion that we go ahead and approve this appointment of Jeff.
Okay.
Rogers.
Do I have a second?
I'll second it.
Paul will second it. So do we have any discussion before we take the vote? Okay. Let's see here. Charlie,
Aye.
Danny,
Aye.
David,
Aye.
Lynn,
Aye.
Paul.
Aye.
I will vote aye as well, and Erla.
Aye.
So motion passes 7-0 to appoint. My gosh, Jeff Rogers back to the Tell City Economic Development Commission.
And then Luke, the only thing, what I talked to you about the other day, there has been a request as far as county council contact info
Yep.
onto the Perry County website. They are asking for your addresses and phone also. My recommendation to you is that we can put your email addresses, we can put your new county ones, but probably not put your phone numbers out there. So
Yeah,
that's
does
kind
anyone-
of where you guys want to go with it.
Anyone have any thoughts on that? I'm fine with email addresses. I mean, they're county email addresses, so I don't see a problem with putting those on there. Does anyone have any objection to that, or do we want to make that a formal motion, or anyone feel a certain type of way?
I'm okay with it.
I am okay with it as well.
I am too. Yeah.
If everyone's,
Website one,
yeah, just put, I'm okay with putting the email addresses on there. I think everyone else is too. So,
just your new county website email addresses.
yeah. And so just make sure everyone is using those now. We need to make sure everyone's transitioned to that for county business.
Because I do know that Ann Island is working on yours. Anjan is.
Yes, because I am. Is anyone else not getting emails outside of the domain, or is it just me? So like I can't get emails from my personal email address to my council email for some reason.
This is Teresa. I talked to Randy Cleaving earlier and he's having the same problem. So I'm
Okay.
kind of thinking it might be for all the commissioners and council email addresses. It
Okay.
looks as though you're able to send out emails, but you're not able to receive emails
Right.
outside of the perrycounty.in.gov server.
Oh,
Yeah. So I can send to my personal email, but I can't send from my personal to my council right now. So that's gonna get fixed. But
He's looking at it.
awesome. So everyone should just make sure that they're checking that email address regularly.
I was gonna say, because as of right now, I am sending it to both addresses that you have until we know everything is working good. So, and then hopefully at some point, maybe I can just send them out to your county one. But right now, I
Yeah.
know I've been sending them out to every one that you have. So some
Okay.
of you are getting them 2 times or 3 times. So,
All right. So our email addresses will be available on our webpage on the county website.
okay, and that is all I have, Luke.
Anyone else have anything? I've got,
Question.
yeah,
I have a question. Is everybody seeing this in slow motion?
kind of a little bit. Yeah.
especially when you're on there, it's slow.
I'm
Yeah.
not,
Danny's lagging a little bit. I see that.
Yeah, Dan's
Yeah.
really dragging you. Maybe I
Yeah,
am too. I don't know.
I
Yeah,
don't
you
know
kind of
what's
are.
going on.
Well,
Yeah.
anyone else have anything before I annoy everyone with some stuff?
Ma'am, I do have
Yeah,
one
it's
question about a legal that appeared in the paper where an attorney got $112,000.
Yeah.
That was a mistake.
It should have been
Called me
Walter
about that
Hagerton.
today.
Walter Hagerton.
I'm
the
kidding.
second.
I wanted to give Pam a laugh. I got a call about it. We found exactly what happened. Somebody was unfamiliar that he's Walter Hagedorn II. They took those as additional ones. We've been sent the correct amount and we'll be issuing a correction with an explanation of how it happened. Because the last thing we want is for somebody to say, oh, the newspaper must be in on it, when it's simply that somebody's not used to seeing the second instead of junior.
right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got a call on that. So I started doing some digging pretty fast to figure it out and we got the puzzle solved.
That's why I wanted to give you a laugh. It was, I'm sure that was bothering you for a bit.
Well,
Yeah.
when we looked at it and I pulled it up and I'm like, well, yeah, I can see how. And then when we actually, my chief deputy's the one that called it because she said, well, he's the second. And she said, I bet they took those 2 marks as part of the salary. So, and that's exactly what happened.
Tom, do you have anything?
Yes, I wanted to make an announcement. According to the resolution to announce any grant applications, I was wanted on the behalf of the commissioners, the highway department did submit their community crossing grant today. For the project had up to about $1.25 million, which that maxes out the $1 million match by the state. So he did get those submitted today, was the deadline.
Awesome. Anyone else have anything? I just have one thing. Actually, kind of 2, I guess. At our November or December meeting of last year, we pledged $9,000 to the EMS of CARES Act money that was transferred to the general fund. So are we still planning on doing that, or because we're going to have to put that in an additional appropriation for the next meeting, if so? And Pam said we could make a line item in the council budget and just put EMS service, and we could do it that way. But we had said that. So what's everyone's thoughts on that?
I think we need to do it.
Right. We basically pledged it. So, but we just need to formally do that. We can do that at our next meeting though.
I think we should do it. Yeah.
Okay, so Pam, can you put that in our additional appropriations for next meeting?
Well,
And then 9,000 of that, there's a total of a little over $22,000 of CARES Act money transferred to the general fund. And we pledged 9,000 of that to the EMS. So the remaining about $13,000 we have there. We still have the health department working overtime, and that's a lot of money. So I guess, is everyone okay with using what's left of that CARES Act money to put it towards health department overtime?
How much have we already paid out in overtime for the health department?
That's a Pam question
oh, I'd
that
have to.
she probably doesn't have.
the
Yeah,
Numbers, David, I don't have or Danny, I don't have that right in front of me right now.
but kind of piggybacking off Danny, it's been a lot of money. So I would like to call a work session or some special meeting for us to discuss health department overtime and EMS service. Because we did have that EMS meeting, but we really there wasn't any.
Accomplish anything.
Yeah, so I think the council will be better off having a work session on our own and discussing options. And then at that same meeting, we talk about health department overtime and what we're gonna do to try to, try to be able to afford, I guess, and how we wanna go about that, helping out the health department.
So do we have to do anything with that 13,000 right now? Is there a date that we have to commit that to? It's in general fund right now, right?
Pam, you have
It's
this?
in the general fund now, and the girls, actually right now, your 3 people that have been paid overtime were paid up until December the 27th. So anything that they have been working since December 28th to now, has not been paid or anything. So right now, all that's doing is accumulating.
So will we need to do, or does that need to be, how do we go about using that $13,000?
You'll have to
That-
appropriate it also.
Well, so you have to put a line item in our budget, or can we do it in their?
I think we could probably do it in the health department.
Okay,
I would much rather try to put this in the health department since
Yeah.
that's where we've done it before. Which
Okay.
you guys could sign off on it since you're the one that's saying as far as the leftover CARES Act money.
okay,
If you don't do it here for February, then you're looking at March.
yes, we
And
definitely,
you guys don't have a decision made at that point. I don't know. Honestly, I have not looked at the time records just yet. So I don't know what kind of time we're talking about right now. And then you hold off another month and you're going to be adding on at least another 6 weeks for sure.
Yeah. so we'll need to do something at our February meeting. I went and talked to the nurses, and they don't see this stopping anytime soon, and they actually see it increasing. So we need to make sure we tackle this issue. So I will send out an email and see when everyone's free for a February meeting, so we can try to tackle this health department overtime and the EMS funding issues. So I'll just send you an email and you guys can shoot me a time.
Just to get my head on straight here, how many people in the health department are receiving overtime? How many
3.
people?
Uh,
3 people?
Sarah, Tara, and Kim are all receiving overtime.
Okay.
Additionals have to be turned into my office no later than February, like the 9th.
Oh boy.
Yeah, so if you're gonna do.
Well, then can we go ahead and take care of that right now?
You can say that if you're wanting to do an additional for this, and then you can give me the numbers and I can work the additional up, yes.
But do you know the numbers?
Well,
Yes.
I mean, we'll have to
13.
get it figured out as far as, because you got to take Social Security and retirement also out of this 13,000.
We do like an intent, motion of intent, and then you can figure out the official numbers. Is that, if we do a motion of intent to use that money to pay health department overtime, and then you figure out
We can, and then I can look at the records to see what time they've accumulated, and that way we know how much is going for salary, Social Security, and then I can send something out to you guys if you're wanting to get this advertised for February, because
Yeah, and we probably need to do it that way then to make
Yeah,
sure it gets done.
yeah, because we have to turn, she has to email it to the news by February the 10th to come out on the 15th, which is 10 days before your next meeting.
Okay.
So, yeah.
So would anyone want to make a motion of intent to use the CARES Act money for that
I'll
purpose?
do that.
I'll
make a
second that.
motion of intent.
Okay, so we got a motion of intent from Charlie to utilize the leftover CARES Act money for Health Department overtime, seconded by David. So I will take a roll call vote. Charlie,
Aye.
Danny,
Aye.
David,
Aye.
Lynn,
Aye.
Paul.
Aye.
I will vote aye as well, and Erla.
Aye.
Okay, motion passes 7-0. So I will send out an email and we can try to figure out a date for a work session, grind out the details for the Health Department overtime and the EMS funding.
And I'll work up the numbers and I'll get something sent out so you know what it is.
And I will send out an updated resolution to everyone. So anyone have anything else?
You know, I'm sure their overtime at this point probably exceeds 13,000 anyway, doesn't it? I'm sure it does.
I don't know.
It might be pretty close, I'd say.
Yeah.
So we're gonna have to figure out how we're gonna get that
And if it
issue
is,
solved.
I'll only pay out to what you
Right.
guys guarantee right now.
Right.
There's money, and then you'll have to decide from there.
Yeah, so we're gonna have to
Yeah.
definitely figure this out at this work session. So I'll send out an email with the works for work session dates and resolution. Anyone have anything else or would like to make a motion to adjourn?
I'll make a motion, we adjourn.
All right, got a motion from Danny.
I'll second.
Lynn seconded that. Roll call vote. Charlie,
Aye.
Danny,
Aye.
David,
Aye.
Lynn,
Aye.
Paul.
Aye.
I will vote aye as well, and Erla.
Aye.
All right, motion carries 7-0. The meeting is adjourned. Thanks,
Goodbye.
everyone.
Thank
Hi,
you.
everyone.
Thanks, Teresa.
Hey, Luke,
Yeah.
any of your stuff later on, or are you want to do like David, once we get to a point, are you wanting to get a stamp, or do you not want to get a stamp and you want to just come in and sign?
I'll probably just come in and sign because
Okay.
hard telling what you people might sign on my behalf.
The auditor.
David, did you
Hey,
get
Luke,
stamped?
Hey, Luke, there's, no.
No,
Okay,
they
yeah.
got a stamp.
Yeah, I'll
Hey, look,
come and
there's-
sign.
I saw with Tasha, she told me today that she has documents for me to sign and also
Yeah.
for you.